Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we're going to take a look on the new sub-tree for the Hungarians, or Hungary, right? They added a lot of aircraft. Most of them are copy-paste. As you see, they start on rank 4. They said that they are going to add more aircraft to this sub-tree in the future. In the Cold War era onwards here, there aren't that many aircraft, so I think they mean like right here, probably, in this fighter line. So yeah, let's take a look on each of the aircraft to see what is like of them. Some of them I will test fly a little bit, some of them no, just to be as quick as possible, okay guys, because I don't want this video to be too long and I want to show everything. So let's get going. IL-10, normal IL-10 from the Cold War, very much an evolution of the IL-2. As you see, very cool skin. It doesn't have another skin, but it is pretty cool. The weapon systems, they're pretty much the same, you know, the NS-23s, the FAB-250s, FAB-100s, FAB-50s, some rockets as well. Nothing too crazy to talk about it, and it is coming at a 5.0 BR below the P-47, which I thought it was kind of weird, although it makes sense because technically this is the attacker line, right? So it makes sense. It's just me that it's just kind of weird that we have a P-47 here. That's the thing. That's the only weird part about it. But yeah, IL-10 over here. Then we go for the Tupolev Tu-2, as you see, very similar, or basically the same as the 59 version of the Soviets as well. Cold War version of the Tu-2, very cool aircraft. One of the best bombers out there for these BRs, 3-1000 kilogram, I mean, it's 900 kilograms, but still, 3 FAB 1000s. Oh my god, this is so hard to say. But yeah, we have the penetration bombs as well over here that you can take a look. Of course, right there, as you see, they are a little bit longer. Very cool, only skin that he has as well. Then we go for the Yak-9P. Normal Yak-9P as well, nothing too crazy. This is the Interceptor variant, of course, so it can actually receive multiple guns. So you can have just the normal B-20s. Then you choose between the normal 20s that you can actually take, the NS-23s and the N-37, so it can be a very deadly opponent. I mean, on the payload side, of course, it's just the guns because it is basically an interceptor slash fighter, right? So it's basically that. Moving up a little bit on the bombers, just by the way, the Yak is the first aircraft on that line. Moving up on the bomber line over here, the IL-28, of course, normal IL-28, same skin, basically just the roundels, they're different. Nothing too crazy over here, same loadouts as you, I mean, same everything, so nothing crazy. Then we have the MiG-15 bis. I mean, it is the same MiG-15, but it is indeed using a very interesting skin over here. So yeah, nothing crazy to talk about it, but it is basically the same MiG-15 that we already know and love. Going for the MiG-17, this aircraft I want to actually fly a little bit, just to show the radar for you guys, because this is the first MiG-17 of the game. Well, technically, right? MiG-17 PF, I mean. It is the only MiG-17 PF that actually uses this name. Of course, we already have the LIM in the German tech tree, but it is basically the same aircraft, just produced in the Soviet Union instead of being produced in Poland, I think. Is it Poland that the LIMs are? I think it is, right? I don't remember now, but yeah. So you can see we have the VK1F engine. Very good engine. Very simple engine, actually. But still, and then we have the radar that is very old as well. No missiles for this thing, which is kind of sad. I really hope they add a MiG-17 PF that has the R3Ss, so that it's the proper, like, ultimate MiG-17. We never got that. It's the Soviet Union, like, suffers from the same thing as the US on that part, that the coolest MiG-17s are not in the Soviet Union, just like in the US, the coolest Sabres are not in the US. Of course, at least the Soviet Union has the Cuban premium MiG-17AS that has the missiles, but still, it's about time that we see a MiG-17 PF or something like that in the Soviet Union with missiles and stuff. Remember, it doesn't have the 37, only 3 23s, like a normal MiG-17 PF. So very, very cool aircraft. My favorite MiG-17. And yeah, let's keep it going. We have a lot of other aircraft to talk about. Some of the other ones, of course, in the attacker line over here on the bomber line, it ended up being the Su-22. This is the exported model of the Su-17. Of course, it is basically the same aircraft that you see in the Syrian Air Force in the USSR. I think the countermeasures are the only thing that it's really different, because if you take a look onto this thing, where is it? Su-22 M3. You have basically, oh no, it's the same actually. I'm confused with the German one. So yeah, it's basically the same. So it has even only the 12 countermeasures being deployed up here. So yeah, of course in the weapon loadouts, it's basically the same. If we create a loadout, you can see here that we can take the Su-20, the KH-29s, which are the best missiles for it. Here we can take 4 R-60s, which are always good. Or maybe another thing, I don't know. Like some rockets, for example. The R-60 pylons. And then more laser-guided missiles. Because why not, right? So it's a very, very good ground attacker. The only thing is that it's a bit heavy, you know, especially when fully loaded. And you have to remember it has the weird, like, system that you fire the missiles. I'm gonna test it out because they might have changed a little bit. Yeah, I think they changed it. So you cannot... Oh, no, it's here. I hate this system, but yeah. You can launch the missiles with it. Let's just take off. Hold up. But yeah, basically the same exported model M3 variant of the Su-22. I don't think they use the M4. I don't think so. So it's kind of sad that this is going to be the last Su-22 that the Italians receive, or the Hungarians. You see, released in the middle there, only 12 of them. So you gotta be careful. But still. And of course, you can always fire the missiles and change it like this. Hopefully they add another way of dealing with this, but you can always use, of course, this camera over here. It's just a little bit sensitive. So this is, yeah, it's kind of hard to see target as well. So yeah, it's doable, but it's not the greatest thing ever. But it works. Yeah, as you see. So yeah, it's a very interesting aircraft. Not the greatest thing ever, but it is pretty good. Let's go to the next one. We have 2 MiG-21s as well, which are the main fighters of Cold War allies to the Soviet Union, of course. No skins. I don't think any of these aircraft received any skins. Of course, this receives the R13 jet engine. So it is basically the same MF that we see you see in the German Tech Tree with a different skin. You can use only the normal R60s, as you see, no R60Ms, and you can take the R3Rs as well, and some bombs, minor bombs and minor rockets and stuff like that. So yeah, SPS 141 pod, pretty alright, but yeah, same radar as always, the Sapphire 21. It's just a very normal aircraft by now. It's not 10.7, it's actually 10.3, okay? Let me grab an aircraft. Then we have the BIS. Of course, the BIS is the ultimate evolution of the MiG-21. Has the R25 instead of the R13, so a lot more power, up to 90 kilonewtons depending on the situation, and also using the R60M. Of course, the BR increases as well, and it is using the same targeting pod or ECM pod as the other MiG-21. No skin, and yeah, it's just a very cool skin no matter what, right? And R3Rs as well. It's just a normal MiG-21 BIS. This is the SAU version, of course, very similar to the version in the German Tech Tree over here. So basically it's using the SAU autopilot system instead of the automatic, you know, like interception systems that the other ones have, like the Lazur or others. So yeah. Then we go for the MiG-23 MF. Nothing too crazy over here, just the exported model of the MiG-23M. The only thing that it's cool about this aircraft is that, or different, is that it's actually a Tech 3 vehicle. So the MiG-23 MF over here, it is an event vehicle that not a lot of people have it, right? So this is the MF that actually can have big, like, it can be actually researched. So very, very cool. Of course, uses the R29 engine, very cool. Uses the R60Ms. And the R23s, always remember, you cannot take R23 Ts and Rs together in the M versions. It just doesn't allow you to. So always remember that. And you have some forms of air-to-ground capability as well. But these are more fighters, right? Then we go for the last two aircraft. Let's put them on over here, because these two are quite interesting. So the first one we have the MiG-29 912B, guys. So this is an interesting aircraft. I never heard of the B variant being actually used by the Hungarians, only the 912A. At the end of the day, it doesn't change much. In real life, it was a little bit more downgraded than the A. I mean, initially, they only served with R27Rs, no T variants. I think eventually they got the T anyway, but still initially it was just R60s and R27Ts and then R73s, but still it is just like a normal MiG-29 from 12.0, so no R73s, but it does have the R27ERs, so it means that these aircraft will actually be the best together with the other 12.0s. Interceptors from these BRs, right? Because they are very low in BR, but they have the best BVR missile in the game for now, right? So it's very, very good as an aircraft for you to research, and it really will boost it up a little bit of the 12.0 range here. It already is, I mean, like the top of the top that the Italians had before, right? But not only that, they also received a Gripen, the C variant of the Gripen, just like the British one. Doesn't change much from the A. So same radar, same everything, you know. But the main difference between this Gripen and the other ones is that it can actually take a different type of Mavericks. So as you see on the AIM-9s, it's the same. Of course, for now, it's using the Skyflash, but very soon, in the second patch of the year, it will receive the AIM-120s. It has the laser-guided stuff. It has the lightning, an unguided, everything like that, right? But when it comes down to the Mavericks, it has some different Mavericks, and I don't think the other ones receive that. Let me just check, but I don't think so. Yeah, it's just the B variant, which is a very old one, and even the American ones, I don't think they ever got these newer versions of Mavericks. The D variant, which is a very advanced Maverick, but nothing like this, guys. So these are like two new Mavericks that are completely new. So you can see it right here. We have the H, which is a heat version of it, much more precise than the original ones, and it is TV guided, right? But you have also the G variant. The G variant is a little bit different. It's using a semi-armor piercing HE, and it's a little bit different. It's IR guided and not TV technically, so it's a little bit, you know, different on that. And the way that it penetrates the target, it's basically with kinetic energy, basically, kind of. So, yeah, let's test these out, because I really wanted to test these missiles out. So, yeah, let's go. And it's, as I said, it's kind of sad that it's kind of the same from other nations. You know, I mean, there's no like unique aircraft in this sub 3, but I think it was kind of needed for Italy. It's a country that always suffered a little bit from that. Hopefully we get Romania as well there in the future, just like I won Norwegians and who else? Denmark, I think, maybe, you know, in the Swedish Tech 3, right? So yeah, let's take a look on this. So you have the normal camera over here. Of course, it's a thermal camera as well. And I don't remember now, the G is the semi-armor piercing one, right? So let's... I'm too far, I'm too close. Let me get some distance. But this thing should be able to penetrate the the missiles, the targets pretty easily. But from other standpoint, I don't know how this would be better than the other AGM. It's kind of weird. I think the H is going to be the best one, but still, let's get us a little bit of distance. These things have a pretty incredible range, to be honest, for such a small missile. Let me try to hit a medium tank with the SAP version. So let me turn around. Oh my god, this thing turns, man. So as you see, flying around, it's basically the same as other Mavericks. Let's go. Of course, it's fire and forget. Doesn't mean much. I mean, it's just a Maverick, but it will help a little bit to be a little bit more effective. So it's just an M46, but let's see if it can penetrate the side turret. Yeah, so it penetrated. So it's a very, very good missile for, I mean, in theory, lightly armored vehicles, but it depends on where you shoot on the target, right? And then this would be the more precise one. Let's see if we can. Let's see if it actually kills the targets. I think the first one missed. Two of the other ones missed for some reason. Oh no, it got the target now. So it takes a little bit of time to actually fly it out, which is pretty funny. But yeah, the AGM-65H and G versions are in the game. I just read that basically the H is just a more modern, how do I even say, like electronics to be used in the desert. So it should be a little bit more precise. And the G variant is a little bit different. It's using a new shape, like a new charge, the way that it works and everything like that. So it's just two different missiles that you can use. I would probably just remain using these, the TV1. I mean, just because of the penetration that he has. But I mean, it depends on situation. I don't know. In the test that I did, the G was also penetrating a lot. So I don't know. I need to test these missiles more, and hopefully more aircraft receives these missiles, because it doesn't make sense that the only Gripen that have them is the Hungarian one, and then no other aircraft, even an F-16 from 2003 doesn't have these Mavericks. It uses the B, so it's, or the D, right? So it's kind of weird. But so hopefully they add these more modern ones, especially, I mean, the Russians have the KH-38, which is an amazing missile. It really is one of the best missiles in the game, if not the best. So yeah, guys, but this is it for the Hungarian sub-3. I actually, honestly, I always want excuses to get flying in MiGs again. So I'm not actually sad that these aircraft are being added, just because I have an excuse to actually fly them again and research them again, etc., right? But I understand that a lot of people will complain that it's a little bit of copy-paste. But I gotta be honest, guys, there isn't much that they can do besides these copy-pastes, right? It is what it is, basically, because these nations don't have anything else to be added. Well, I'm just glad that at least the tree is getting bigger. Hopefully, again, it gets a little bit bigger. Apparently, it can only have 5 lines like this. Like like Gaijin has a limitation on the codes right now that he only has 5 of them. It can only be 5. So, like, for example, here we can have another nation, like Denmark or Norwegians or something. But in Italy, it's already 5, so I doubt that we will see another one for now. Maybe some Romanian vehicles spread around in this Hungarian sub-3. That would be cool. But anyway, as I said, hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe. See you guys on the next one, and bye, guys. See you.